Hello, everyone. Welcome to Living Wisdom and Dharma World. Today, let's explore what reality looks like in Buddha's eyes. Dear friends, have you ever looked at a spider's web after the rain? Each tiny strand shines. The dewdrops on it glimmer like jewels. And if you look closely, each drop reflects every other drop. The whole web seems to be one living being, fragile, infinite, beautiful. This image is just a tiny glimpse of something far more vast, more profound. It's called Indra's net, a vision described in the Avataṃsaka Sūtra or Flower Garland Sutra, one of the most majestic and mystical scriptures in Mahayana Buddhism. 1. The description of Indra's net. Let's begin with the metaphor itself. Imagine this: high in the heavens, the celestial king Indra has stretched out an enormous net, so vast that it extends infinitely in all directions. At each node where the threads cross, there hangs a jewel, clear, luminous, radiant. And here's the miracle. In each jewel is reflected all the other jewels in the net. And each of those reflections contains the reflections of all the other jewels, and so on, infinitely. This image, just a poetic metaphor on the surface, is actually a radical teaching about the true nature of reality. 2. What does it mean? Let's break it down. Each jewel in Indra's net represents a single being, or even a single moment, a thought, a grain of sand. Every jewel contains all the others and is reflected in them. This means that everything contains everything else and nothing exists independently. This is the Buddhist teaching of interdependent co-arising pradyasamabda, that nothing arises on its own, nothing exists in isolation. Everything that exists is the result of countless causes and conditions, and it in turn shapes all other things. So the teaching here is simple but revolutionary. You are not separate. You are not alone. You are woven into the very fabric of the universe. Every thought you have, every word you speak, every act of compassion or harm, it ripples out across the entire net. 3. The Avataṃsaka Sūtra and the vision of the cosmos. In the Avataṃsaka Sūtra, the Buddha reveals the cosmic dharma after his enlightenment. What he sees is not just our small world, but an infinite number of worlds, all interpenetrating, all reflecting one another like jewels in Indra's net. Here's a verse that echoes this from Avataṃsaka Sūtra. Each particle of dust contains the entire universe. Each moment contains countless eons. Each being reflects all beings. Imagine that. One dust particle contains the entire cosmos. One moment right now contains lifetimes. This is not a metaphor for poetry's sake. It's a deeper way of seeing reality, the world as it is when the veil of delusion is lifted. This view shatters the illusion of separateness. We begin to see there is no me and you in any fixed way. There is just a great living net, endlessly reflecting, endlessly connected. 4. What does this mean for us? So now let's ask the most important question. What do we take from this? This isn't just cosmic philosophy. This is practice. This is how we live. Let me offer you 3 takeaways. A. Your life is not small. Most of us live with a sense of smallness. I'm just one person. What can I do? I'm powerless against the world. But the teaching of Indra's net says otherwise. You are a jewel in the net. You reflect all, and all reflect you. That means when you awaken, your awakening ripples across the net. When you suffer, that too resonates. When you show compassion to one being, that wave touches all beings. Even a single kind thought is not lost. It reverberates across the whole. In this vision, no act of kindness is small. No act of selfishness is trivial. We live in a world where everything matters because everything is connected. Compassion is natural. In the modern world, people often feel alienated, alone, cut off. But in the world of Indra's net, compassion is the natural response to seeing things clearly. If you are hungry, do I not feel it too? If I hurt you, do I not harm myself? If I realize that your suffering is not separate from mine, that we are all shining jewels in the same web, how can I not wish you well? How can I not try to reduce harm? The Buddha says in Avataṃsaka Sūtra, seeing all beings as oneself, the Bodhisattva offers aid to all without discrimination. Compassion doesn't need to be cultivated like a skill, it arises spontaneously when we break through the illusion of separateness. See, mindfulness reveals the web, so how do we live this truth? How do we begin to see the net? The answer is mindfulness. Attention, presence. When we meditate or walk slowly in nature or speak to a friend with full awareness, the illusion of separation begins to dissolve. Suddenly, we feel the net not just as an idea, but as an experience. A moment of silence, a shared tear, a kind glance. In such moments, the jewels begin to shine, the web becomes visible, and the heart opens. That's when the world changes, not through force, but through clarity. 5. A modern comparison. Now let's compare this to how the world is usually understood today. In our modern mindset, we often think in terms of individualism. You do you. I'll do me. Success is measured personally. Pain is private. We say things like, it's not my problem. We scroll through headlines filled with suffering, and we feel numb. We tell ourselves, the world is too big. I can't change anything. But Indra's net disagrees. It says, everything you do matters. Every intention, every breath. It tells you, you are not alone. You are part of a sacred, endless, luminous web. A single jewel reflects the whole. A single step is part of the cosmic dance. Even the smallest act, a smile, a prayer, a mindful breath, has meaning in this vast net of interbeing. 6. Final words. So, my dear friends, let me leave you with this reflection. You are not a solitary speck in a cold, meaningless universe. You are a shining jewel in Indra's net, reflected in all, reflecting all. Your joys and sorrows, your intentions and actions, your love and wisdom, they echo across time and space. The question is not whether the net exists. The question is, are you willing to see it? Are you willing to live in a way that honors this sacred connection? The Bodhisattva sees the universe as a net of infinite jewels where none stands alone, and all shine with the light of awakening. Let us live as if every being mattered. Let us speak as if every word is heard across the stars. Let us awaken together as reflections of the same boundless light. Thank you for joining us on this journey through living wisdom and the Dharma world. If this teaching on Indra's net has touched your heart, helped you see the world in a new way, or simply reminded you that you are not alone, please consider liking this video, sharing it with someone who could use some light, and subscribing to the channel for more teachings rooted in ancient insight and living truth. We'd love to hear from you. What does Indra's net mean to you? Have you ever had a moment where you truly felt part of something greater? Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Until next time, may your jewel shine brightly. May your presence bring light to others. And may we all awaken together in the great net of compassion and wisdom.